from the athletic field here at Wausau East for soccer on the northeast corner of this entire high school complex. Right now the starting lineups have been introduced and the players are going through their traditional handshake as we get set for the rivalry between Wausau East, the home team, and Wausau West, the visitors. The head coach for West, John Zarnata. Aaron Randall, the assistant. For Wausau East, head coach Will Jefferson, who played for East back around the turn of the century as an all-conference performer, and the assistant is Ken Smith. Right now they're huddled around their respective coaches. The referee and the line judges are out in the middle of the field. The referee in soccer is it. I mean, he is in charge. And there's no doubt about that role as far as the players are concerned either. These teams have had one common opponent that I'm aware of. I don't have all the results for their schedule so far this fall, but they both tied Green Bay Southwest. West 1-1 and East was 2-2. So, and they're both right in the middle of the beginning, really, of the season. So as far as conference play, I think this is game number 2 for both. Could be more because I don't have all the results. But in this first half, East will defend the goal as we take a look at things over this field on a beautiful afternoon. To our right, West will be in their white uniforms, red in their home red, and right off the kickoff, West controls, and right now they're just playing a possession game. Now they get it down the far sideline in front of the East bench, and it's corralled back there by the Lumberjacks and sent back to the goalie, and that's Ken Smith, the senior in the net for Wausau East. Little action at midfield. Back to retrieve. Again, they get it back to Smith, and he boots it up to midfield where it's drop, stop, kick stop. West now controlling in their zone as they back it off around the circle, the middle of the field. Up ahead. And number 10 for East, putting on a little pressure. That's junior midfielder Zidane Charles. And they get it all the way around outside the circle, in the circle, and a shot is good. Well, that was quick. We are into this one. 1 minute and 19 seconds. And East has a goal, and that's a little bit of a surprise because after that original kick, it looked like West had possession, and then pretty much Zidane Charles moved it into scoring position in front of the net, and the goalie in the net for West really didn't have much of a chance. That's Noah Konezek, and Noah really didn't have a defender helping him on that one at all. I think the West team was basically surprised. Now another kickoff, and they drop it back. West controlling, a little bit of possession soccer right now, just passing it around, short passes. Keeping possession. Now dribbling it up toward midfield where it's picked up by one of the Lumberjacks in their zone. Or on the far side on the dribble. Nice job of deking for East. Now West intercepts, and it's a 2-on-2. And a nice job by East kicking it out of there. And that's Zidane again. He's been busy so far. Zidane Child, he's a midfielder, a junior for East. Out of play, toss in, midfield, picked up by Michael DeConte. And dribbled into the attacking zone for West. This is number 7, Jack Lind, trying to get it out of there for East. West now handling it. Number 9, Kyle Durr, sends it across to the far side where East picks it up. And they're going to do the same thing. They'll drop it back. Ben Liss sends it back to a teammate. West keeps it in play in the attacking zone. Nice head pass. Now West on the attack. East dribbling with it, going far side. And all the way up and out of play. Just to the right as the toss in. Number 20 for East. We do not have listed. It might be defenseman Tim Barani. That's what I'm going to guess anyway. Tim Barani, because that looks like the position he's playing. Jack Lind is the wing over here, or forward. As East.
East goal, 1 minute, 9 seconds into the game. Goal by number 10, Max Bliss, assisted by number 18, Alec Zavadowski.
That goal instead was a minute 9 in, not a minute 19. A little hard to read the scoreboard from here because of the sunshine coming down from the corners. Toss in for West. Max List is defending right there in front of the toss in. The toss in by Jordan Durr. And West backs it out to midfield, and now they have a couple of short passes on the attack. East retrieves, dribble. Zidane Charles, he's in midfield. He's handled that ball a lot for the Lumberjacks here in the early going. We are if I can read the clock, we're 8 minutes in here in this first period. East a goal, and West now on the attack. East, nice sideline pass coming up the near side. Jack Lind has it. Lind protecting the ball. So teammate leaves it back for a teammate, and now it's a challenge by West's Jordan Durr, but East clears it out, dumps it up ahead to the near sideline. Nice job of keeping it in play, Kyle Durr. We have Jordan and Kyle out there, both of them. Jordan the senior, Kyle the junior for the white-clad Warriors. This is Jack Lind. Lind to the midfield. Over from there, Ben Liss. East dribbling it up the near sideline. West intercepts. Ethan Katanash, the sophomore, dumps it in to the attacking zone for West, but East controls. And looking over the field right now and dribbling with it is Ben Liss. Where's number 12? And he cross pitch pass, I should call it. And a nice pass up ahead for the Lumberjacks, as they are now showing a little more effort on the attack after that early goal, which I think surprised everybody. East with the dribble. Tim Barani. West dumps it back in. A lot of action here outside the attack circles. West has not been in there yet in that zone. East, on the first real possession of the game for them, they got a goal out of it. West dumps it back in, a little head block. Big pass coming up quickly. Nice job over here for East. And the pass is up ahead to Ryan Keefe. Keefe and Max Liss. This where's number 8. Now East on the attack. This is Keefe. Back to Zidane Charles. He's got their goal here in the early going. East possession now. They've got one player back at midfield. Other than that, they're on the attack. And this is Jack Lind. Lind off the post. Lind off the post for East. Wow, he had an opportunity there too. There was no real defenseman helping the goalie out on that. And now West counters with a nice job. And it goes out of play. It'll be West in possession, tossing it in. Ethan Katanach, overhand pass. And doing a nice job of deking his way through is Luke Bailey. Bailey and Katanach playing a little catch. Now Katanach will toss it in the attacking zone for the Warriors and goes back out of play. And now the West player apparently stumbled, kicked it out himself, so it'll be East now tossing it in. Down in the right corner, still 1-0. East early goal, minute 9 in, over West in this rivalry competition. They'll play each other twice, once here and once over later in the season at the West soccer field. With Dave Dickinson, I'm George Hirsch on Wausau Area Access Media Cable. Hope you're enjoying our first athletic event of the fall season, the 18-19 season. And it happens to be on a beautiful afternoon at Wausau East Soccer Field. We've got volleyball to come later, football later this fall as well. As you can see, most of the action right now at midfield. And East sends it near side, back to retrieve. And flipping it to near the goalie is Nick Rosh. The defenseman there, 17, Logan White, who's a sophomore, sends it up. Now East again on the attack. This is really their third opportunity. A nice pass behind pass by East's Ryan Keefe, keeping it in play on the attack for the Lumberjacks. Okay, now finally the defenseman for West, and he sends it down, punts it all the way into East territory, but dribbling with it for the Lumberjacks. Nadine Charles, Timothy Barani, getting it outside the box for West, up along the near side on the dribble, sending it to the middle. That was Kyle Durr. And West sends it all the way down. Let's see if the goalie, the goalie decides to handle it. That's Kent Smith in the net. He leaves it for a teammate. And West now with their wings and midfielder up there on the attack. East back in the corner on the far side. Sends it up. Nice chest block by Jeremiah Schrader for East. And East now sends it down beyond everyone, and the goalie comes out and kicks it back to midfield, where it's controlled by the Warriors. East, Zadine Charles, as we said, he handles it a lot. You can see he's quick, and he plays with a lot of confidence. West being challenged here by Lind and by Jeremiah Schrader. Now they get it to midfield. Lumberjacks settle in. Timothy Barani. Back to Nehemiah Metzko. Nehemiah Metzko gets it far side where West picks up the ball on possession. We're on the far side. Well, there we have a whistle. We'll have an indirect here. A couple of changes in the lineup. We'll try to pick those up for you as we go along. It'll be a toss in for West, and they toss it in all the way down to the corner, and it's controlled there, sent back toward the middle, and West is going to have a shot at it, but it went too high off the heel and over the top of the net by quite the margin, as you could see. But that was their really first shot on goal, and he had it up too high, didn't use enough toe. He had step instead. So the goalie for East, Kent Smith, with the kick, to midfield. And there it's controlled by Max Liss. And West dumps it back. One thing you've got the Warriors in white and East in red. We don't have to worry about uniform differences here. It's easy to follow. And to their credit, we can actually read their numbers, which is not always the case in soccer. Kicking it in for East, Timberani. Still at midfield, Bronny with a dribble. East retrieves over far side to Nehemiah Matsky. Up near midfield. Picked up there by Max List. And a whistle. The defenseman on the far side will kick it away for West. And a nice boot. Picked up in West offensive zone. And now sent all the way down the other end by Ryan Keefe. The sophomore. Not a lot of seniors on either of these teams. East now dumps it in, and it's picked up by the goalie. Inside the box. Nice toss near sideline. And in play. Kyle Durr. Up ahead to Jordan Durr. He sends it in. Nice little head thing. Now East playing it safe. They dump it back to the goalie. And Kent Smith will kick it. Over on the far side. Picked up by Tanner Taylor. Tanner Taylor is one of the seniors for the Lumberjacks. Cross cricket. Pass. And East now with the boot up all the way up into the West zone, and it's very quickly on the transition now. West on the chance to do something, and a save for Ken Smith. Ethan with the shot for West, but Kent Smith was there to make a pretty easy save, actually. Ethan Katanach, the sophomore, number 2, took that shot on goal. West.
We're behind 1-0, so we could be better.
Over on the far side, East retrieves Ryan Keefe. The ball in front of the East home bench over on the far side, where you can see the players' bench. Fans are right among us here. I'm right in the middle of things as we watch and talk about this one. We are now 16 minutes into this first period, first half. And East sends a pass up ahead, but they're playing some good defense, and now dribbling with it was number 7 for West. That's Will Clancy, a junior. So well, East keeps it in, far side. You can see the track around this field in great shape. Soccer field right now. With it, Alexandro Romas gets a return pass to Kyle Durr. Durr inside, and East is able to send it off to the near side and set things up for Jack Lind. Lind on the dribble. Nice pass to a teammate, number 10. That's Barani, Zadine Charles. Zidane Charles. not going to say it, but I think his dad coached East at one time in soccer. There's a nice move, far side to Jack Lind. Lind on a nice dribble, back in the middle. He goes back to get it, leaves it for his teammate, Charles, and he battles for possession of the ball. It's booted up in the air and comes down. And a one-on-one, guess what? Charles has it. Charles with the dribble. Now he looks for a teammate, gets back to the middle of the field on a little banana. Over the far side off the head block and out of play. Over on the far side, it'll be East with a toss in. And some lineup changes here as the whistle stops play. A couple of them coming in for both teams, West and for East. As we're nearing the, well, we're through 18 minutes of play. East scored with 1:09 off the clock, right out of the chute on a goal, and lead 1-0. West has had a couple of shots on goal. East has had a couple. And East has possession now again in the box, but nice clear out. And number 15 for West leaves it for a teammate, Luke Bailey, one of their seniors. East along the near sideline. And Barani. Well, it's out of play now. Toss in West. Tim Deloy, sophomore. Toss along the sideline and off the chest and taken by the Warriors. And they have an opportunity, but now East clears it out. The defenseman over there for East did a nice job clearing it out, taking that threat away. And we're back at midfield with the dribble. They try to get it to Zdeno Charles. This is Ben Liss with it. Goes far side. And East will keep it in play. Over on the far sideline. Somebody went down, but I don't know if he's injured or if he's tying a shoelace. I think he's tying a shoelace over there because they continue play. And the referee is right there to make that decision. That's the deal. Now with it, again, Barani. His boot is far all the way across the pitch. Picked up. And in possession battle, it goes out of bounds. Toss in West. East thought it was theirs, but nope. West will toss it in. We have the East cheering section here down below. Very involved in trying to get the fans that are here involved as well. There's a block and an opportunity. Oops, out of bounds. Toss in West. 17th for East is Colden Helt, who had that momentarily. Now it's Jake Strobel with it. Jake Strobel on the dribble. Strobel, far side. It's to a teammate. And West up to stop it. Jordan Durr. And Durr now dribbles with it across midfield. Far side, being challenged by Jake Strobel. West has it. Nick Rosh, sophomore, wears number 21. Far corner. This is one of those soccer games where that one goal in the very beginning is big for East, because we really haven't. We had one opportunity that Jack Lind had for East to score, and it hit the post. You know, the near post, but West has had two opportunities. One, the boot was way above, and the other was deflected. Well, West maintaining possession now. Now they have a 3-on-2. But it goes down in the corner and booted out of there. So it'll be a toss in far side. That was a defensive move by the Lumberjack back there. Number 8, Max Liss. So East will be moving back as the pass in goes to the right of the net. Little challenge for the soccer ball, and it's booted out, but West gets it back. And now West on the counter, on the transition. He's struggling to get it out of their zone right now. West setting it up. Here's a shot, and it's over. It went, I think it landed on the goal, the netting above the goal. But it was an opportunity. The goalie on that situation, Kent Smith, was able to see the ball and the kick all the way through. I mean, he had his sights on it, and it wasn't hit that hard. Now Smith with a kick to midfield. Nice head stop for West. Now East puts it back in, and now the last couple of minutes, it's West that is really, and when I say that now, all of a sudden East on the attack, running along cold in health. West will put it in though, toss it in. Now they can send it back to the defenseman, Will Clancy, who moves it to midfield. Action on the far sideline. In other words, contested, and West comes out of there with it. East dropping back on defense. They've got 5 guys back there right now, and they finally do control and send it down the far sideline. That's Ryan Keefe in that action. Back to midfield for West. West pass to the pitch center. Out of the near side. West using a little bit of possession now to advance the ball. Now they drop it back. Out in front. West on the far side. They get set for a shot. And he's going to take it, and it's going to go high and wide. Out of play in the right corner. So, another opportunity for the Warriors. Goes by the wayside. And substitutions for both teams. As the clock now moves to 25, make it 26 minutes in to this first half. Again, East leading 1-0 in this rivalry. It is a conference game for these teams. They've had about a half a dozen non-conference games into this one, and they've pretty much split so far. Competition from Green Bay area. Both teams have played Rapids, but I don't have results to give you. Little head passing from the Crown. And a whistle. See what kind of kick we got here. That's a direct. It's a direct, I believe. The ref would have his hand up or arm up if it was indirect. It is a direct, and nice job by Kent Smith, the goalie, to come out and get his body above everybody else. Make the catch, make the grab, and so he'll punt it away. And he gets it up there all the way to midfield. That was the first, actually, direct kick here in this competition. We haven't had any indirect either. We've had a pass in. Close, but that's been it. West dribbling, far side. And out of play. East with a pass in. They get it to midfield. And a whistle. Stepped over the line, so it'll go back to West to toss in now. Toss in, controlled by the Warriors. Put it out on the move by East. Oh, nice job, nice deke for the Lumberjacks to keep possession, but West is, you know, they're giving up a little bit of defense here to try and get something going. Their defenders are near midfield. Now they drop back with the East toss in. You can take a look at that half of the field here. You see, what, a couple of Warriors not at midfield. Well, here's a toss all the way up to the other side, to the left of us. In the East attacking zone, and this is Charles. Zdani Charles looks it over. A couple of fake kicks. Gets it to Andrew Heinzen, number 5. He's off the bench for East, as they've now gone to using 14 players so far. East controls, nice pass up ahead. And now that's 3-on-3. Back to Max Liss. Liss on the far sideline. Taken away by the Warriors. A little dribbling exhibition going on there with Will Clancy for West. He's back in by Liss, Max Liss. Into the middle. This is Jack Lind. Lind, a return pass, like a given goal you'd like in basketball, but the Warriors were able to punch it out of there over to the far side in front of the Warrior bench. And right now, East using up some clock. 30 minutes into this first half. We've had a lot of one-on-one action in this game. A lot of, especially along the sidelines, one-on-one, where neither player has really gained an advantage for a clear pass. So in a lot of cases they're doing what we just saw, and that is Andrew Heinzen takes the pass back, and this is Lind. Lind is a scoring threat, and he is aggressive. That's Mac Liss. And now on the transition or counter, the Warriors bring it down, and a one-on-one, and I think it's going to go out of play, and it's going to be off a Warrior, so East will toss it in. Well, we've got a pretty good crowd on hand. We've got some folks in the stands here, and then some that prefer to stand up and line up along the sideline on this side of the field, the spectator side. No seating on the far side here at the East Soccer Complex, the varsity court. The JVs are playing on the other side of the high school at the same time. Okay, free kick by Will Clancy. Ends up all the way over to the far side, taken out of there. First by East and now West with the dribble. East backs it out, but didn't look like they just wanted to get it out of there that time. There wasn't any pass to a particular person or situation, didn't look like. West dribbling with it. Austin Chang, senior. He wears number 12. Nice pass up ahead, just outside the box. A little bit of a dribble. There's an attempt that goes wide, way left. That isn't even, wouldn't consider that a shot on goal. He just lost it. Kicked it to the side of the ball and it just spun to the left. Kicked it too far on the right. And so, Ken Smith, the East goalie, will kick it away. East up 1-0, 33 minutes in. First half. Goal was at a minute 9 by Zidane Charles for the Lumberjacks. We didn't get any kind of an assist on that one. Actually, probably the only thing that the USA added to soccer, you know, when we took it up as a sport over here, was the statistic thing, the assist. They don't use the assist, or haven't in the past in other countries in soccer. It's just the goalie. We added that on as a statistic here in the States some time ago. That's what made me think of that. Jack Lind in a battle with Logan White. Logan White, sophomore, did a nice job on that one, but now lost it out. Pass in. East, just possession right now. They're willing to just play possession soccer. We're down to about 35 minutes into this first half. Now West finally gets control of it. Noah Kanesic is in the net. For West, Kent Smith for East. Neither one has been that busy. We haven't had any kind of a flurry in front of either net. It's been a solo shot here and there. Toss in. Warriors, far side by their bench after a couple more lineup changes. It's been a clean one. We haven't had a yellow card. We haven't had a discussion. We haven't had a possibility even of, you know, the tackles have been clean. It's been a well-played, evenly matched game as we expected based on their short history this fall. These teams are very similar. They have a similar record. They've played some of the same competition. Some ties. They haven't had a blowout either way that I could find. West decides they're going to let East have it in their zone, just to be able to set things up defensively here. Toss in from Andrew Heinzen to Colden Helt to Jake Strobel. And now West takes over. Nice dribble, sends it away, and Jack Lind will pick it up and waste no time to get it in to a teammate. And okay. East will have it, and now Jack's going to hand it to a teammate to toss in. He's a wing on the near side, or a forward, so he would rather have it than throw it. And they toss it up ahead, and it goes out, so it retains off a header. Allows East now to move further toward the goal. And Charles Tosses it in front, right in front of the net. Whoa, was that a nice pass? Right in the box. But there was one East player there and about 4 Warriors, and I think he definitely knew that he could throw it that far, or toss it that far. West now has it for the toss in. And they opt to go with Jordan Durr, senior, with a toss in. And again, we have a lineup change this time for the Warriors. As number 12, Austin Chang, takes a break. And it looks like Luke Bailey coming back in for Wausau West. And he gets in the action right away in a position. On the near sideline, no, it's number 21. That's Nick Roush instead, the sophomore, just came in. He's a forward on the near side. Ball out of play, midfield. It's going to be tossed in by Jordan Durr. Durr, nice pass into his teammate Luke Bailey. But East, they thought they had it, but they didn't. Now a nice kick out of there. Sends it all the way down to the Warrior goalie. He comes all the way out from the net. Sends it up near sideline. Now they send it to the corner, hoping for a pass to the middle. But that pass to the middle, it does go to a Warrior. And now Warriors had a chance there. They just couldn't keep possession. And now on the transition, East has it up near midfield. And on the dribble, still with it. Wow, nice job on a dribble that time. Keeping it for quite a while was Tim Barani. Now East, as we look at the clock, we have 39 plus in. East on the attack. Lynn trying to send it up far corner to a teammate in the corner. And you know what? We haven't had a corner kick here yet. This is close, but not quite. East will toss it in. Couple lineup changes again. Toss in. East on in the attack zone. Inside the box. Now they send it to the defenseman over on the near side, Andrew Heinzen. Back out on top. Zadine Charles. He's got the lone goal in the game, and that was at minute 9 in. Other than that, we really haven't had we've had a couple scoring opportunities. Actually, Jack Lind for East hit the post on a shot. That's as close as well, you can't get much closer as we've come here. 4 minutes left here in this first half as the clock continues to move along. There's a one-on-one. We've seen a lot of those. And ball goes off the Warriors, so East will toss it in. Andrew Heinzen to Charles. Zadane Charles. Over on the far side. Pass along the line. Tim Barani. Now West. And a whistle. There'll be a toss in on the far side. Oh, a nice header for West to move East back. East now will play a little possession. Use a little clock here. Now they set it up, trying to get in the corner. The goalie comes out. Number 3 for East, Jeremiah Schrader, was there, but he was covered very well. He couldn't get around the defender. He did a nice job on that for West. There's a header. Now with the boot. And now it's out of, got a whistle, and it'll be a West toss-in. Not sure why, but it was not a play. This is Charles with a kick. We know he can kick it. And he gets it up in the air and all the way to the circle, where the header kicks it back for West, gets it back in possession of the Warriors. West and white here at the East Soccer Complex, where the Lumberjacks lead 1-0. They scored early, and we've got a couple minutes left here in this first half. Jerry will let us know on the PA when there's a minute left, I would suspect. The dribble for East, Jeremiah Schroeder. Back to Heinzen, Andrew Heinzen. Now, then in Charles. He goes down. Nice defensive play on Charles that time by the Warriors, and now there. But Charles comes back and does what he needs to do. He challenges. West keeps it in. Over on the far side.
1 minute remaining
There it
in the
is.
first half. 1
There,
minute.
I promise that. Jerry on the PA. 1 minute left in the first half. East leading 1-0 on an early goal. Not a lot of opportunities. Jack Lynn missed a hit the post on the near side, but that's been it. West hasn't really been close to the net, really. They've had some shots, but they haven't been in close. They haven't been, you know, kind of out of sight, which is really where a goalie runs into trouble. Little header.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Chance. Oh! West had a chance with 7 seconds left. Oh my goodness. And it went across the front of the net and out the far side, or off the far side. That shot was taken by Kyle Durr, and that was as close as they really came here in the first half. We played the first 45 from the East Soccer pitch, and the host Lumberjacks have a 1-0 lead over the visiting Wausau West Warriors in this rivalry game, Wisconsin Valley Conference game. The lone goal, Jadine Charles at 1:09 left, or I should say not left, into the first half. The second half will follow.
We have a correction from the first half. The Wausau East goal was scored by number 10, Zidane Charles, assisted by number 18, Alec Zabadowski.
Over to see almost all the games?
Yeah, I do.
I always do too. If I had to get into work at 4 in the morning, I would do that. But he would come all the way.
We are into the 45th minute now. In other words, we're into the second half with a 1-0 count. East with that goal at 1:09, and the correction that I just picked up before rejoining you is that that goal by East was by Zidane Charles. We had that, but the assist was by Alec Zabadowski. And West here to come out in the second half, putting on some pressure. In fact, they had the goalie on the ground after the opening kickoff. East first moved with it, and then on the transition, West came the other way and made it interesting. And you could probably tell now that we are surrounded by West fans in the bleachers. The East folks are down to our right or south of us. And it is a pretty good crowd. And here's the first one of the game. And it's a header that kicks it out of play, or gets it out of play for West. First corner kick of the game for either team. So now the East goalie, that's Ken Smith, sends it up far side. These two teams are about as even as you can get. They played in a four-team gathering this past weekend, and both East and West tied both games against two teams from actually Fond du Lac and Green Bay Southwest. They both came out, did the same thing, a tie and a win against those two teams. So, you know, they had a good weekend for playing some good competition and setting himself up for this rivalry that we're watching here this afternoon. And West came out, you know, with a little zip and a little vinegar here, and they almost had it cash in for them. He's able to keep him from scoring. With Dave Dickinson on the camera, I'm George Hurst with the play-by-play here of East-West soccer from the East Soccer Field on Wausau Area Access Media. Cable, I might add. And you check Wausau Area Access Media website, and you can get the schedule for everything they provide. A lot of it's governmental, and this is, I think, our first sports broadcast of the fall season, with more to follow. West now, a little possession time. And just short passes and spreading out. Now they get in the attack zone. Over on the far side, it's out of play, so it'll be an East toss in over there. They've got it. West has possession. I think West, after that halftime talk, has decided, you know, you look at the field right now, they've got two back on defense, and they are going to be more on the attack, put a little more energy into it. You know, maybe an extra player here and there to tie this thing up at least. This is Will Clancy with the dribble on the attack for the Warriors. He's now deciding to go wide, and they get it up. A nice job reaching out to keep it in play. West back. Again, the ball is in play. As long as it's on that 5-inch white line, it's in play. If it touches any of that white line, it's in play. And the players know that, so they like to make a little extra effort along the sideline. And teams, a lot of teams, not quite able to get a good kick, get something with power, strength on that. He did kick it, but it was off to the right of the net on the far side. And he being Ethan Katanach with that shot on goal. Again, this is Ken Smith against the wind, and the wind is out of the south. That's why it's a nice warm early fall evening here with the temperature in the upper 70s when we started. Very comfortable for everyone involved. And I think that's a factor for West too. They were East was with the wind in the first half, and West has the wind advantage here in the second, so I think you're going to see a little more effort on their part. More opportunities for that matter. East playing defensively here pretty much the first 8 minutes that have gone by here in the second half. There's a block out of play. Tackle. Pass in by West. Well, they clear it back and start over. Alexandro Ramos over to the far side. Kick stop by a teammate. Well, West setting things up. Alexandro Ramos. Zidane Charles is in on everything for East. I mean, he really is. He's doing a little midfielder right now, trying to keep West out of the middle of the pitch with the ball. And finally East able to stop the Warrior penetration, and it'll be Weston bounce on a toss in, and quickly, a header. And the goalie, again, everything that West has done, other than maybe that little dribble that was there a couple of minutes ago where he just couldn't get enough foot into it, everything that West has tossed, attempts for shots, the goalie for East, Ken Smith, has been able to see it. I mean, there's no double hit or headers or anything that would be something he couldn't follow and have to adjust to. And that can make a difference for a goalie. But West is definitely in control on the attack here in the first minutes of this second half. It's going to be East toss in. But back deep. We're 11 minutes now into the second 45. Couple of substitutions. No one in control right now for either team, for that matter. Another toss in coming up. This time it'll be West. Oh, left-footed kicker there. Now, oh, comes off of a front body, chest stop, out of play. Again, West will, you know, we don't have to move the camera much here in the second half. It's been on the Warrior attack zone pretty much since the opening kick. And they've had one shot on goal this time. Now he's trying to dribble their way out of it, and they're able to do that. And on the far side, and Charles took it all the way down. But now Will Clancy counters for West. And they dump it down, a little header. Well, folks here wanted the handball, and they got it. So it's a kick coming up. It's pretty obvious that time. Direct kick. High enough. Goalie's got it. Ken Smith with good timing that time. He had a Warrior in front of him, and he just kind of stepped in front of him as the Warrior waited for it and pulled it away. Now he boots it, and against the wind, it's not going nearly as far as it did in the first half. And the wind, if you look at the flag on the field, it's pretty much straight out of the south here. Again, another free kick. A little further out. Oh, a nice header for the Lumberjacks. Didn't get the number, but now they have an opportunity to get it out of their zone and not able to do it yet. Now they get it over to Jeremiah Schroeder. Schroeder, a give and go pass to Ryan Keefe. Keefe up ahead to Jack Lind. Lind over near side to Zidane. Charles. Oh, nice job. Number 16 for West. Areth Medina. He did a nice job of controlling his body and not getting called for, you know, push or anything like that, and got possession. And here it's 2-on-2 and setting it up. Number 15. Well, East is able, you know, they're just playing defense here. That's it. They've been in West end of the pitch here twice in the second half. That's it. And we're, you know, we played 15 minutes with 30 to go in the second half. East up 1-0, 109 into the game. A goal by Zidane Charles, the assist by Alec Zavadowski, who's a freshman. That's it. That's all the scoring. Well, nice tackle by East. Didn't get the ball, but slowed him down. Whoa, another shot. This one is wide left of the net.
Doctors alone. Doctors alone.
Well, another try for West. Went wide to the near side of the net. They have had their opportunities, and the goalie gets it back now on a roll pass to the near sideline. See if East tries to go sideline instead of the mid of the field to get it out of their territory. They haven't had much success either way. Now they're doing a possession, passing it around, just trying to keep possession. Up ahead to Andrew Heinzen. Now you might hear the East cheering section down on the track right in front of the bleachers with a cheer. And a goal for West. Finally, they break through. Well, number 15, Luke Bailey at 52-30. Okay, Luke Bailey. That's who I have. We'll see if that's correct or not. Well, looking at the situation right now, that changes things completely. West has the wind. They are tied now. East has not been able to clear it out at all, put on any kind of threat. And West finally got over the hump. Tied this thing up. And you could see it coming. It was just a matter of time. Well, on the kickoff now, East controls. Everything's different now. They can't be sitting back and doing all defense. Tucker Normand, sophomore, kicks it out of play. Toss in coming up for West. Again, we're among the West fans here as we sit in the bleachers right in front of the press box. Okay, East sending it down. And it'll go out of play. Toss in Lumberjacks, far side. Try to set things up. They do a rotation here, hoping to get Charles open. Zadine Charles open, but the pass is over his head. So, the goalie, Noah Nesek.
Wausau West Warrior goal. 17 minutes, 30 seconds into the second half. Goal by number 15.
West almost had another one, as you saw. Right now, with 26 minutes left in this one, it really is in the advantage now for Wausau West. That goal changed everything because they have the wind at their back. East only scored that one goal with the wind at their in their advantage or favor in the first 45 minutes, so it's going to be difficult. Now East trying to put on some pressure. They got somebody in the middle. Oh, nice job defensively, kicking it back out. The defenseman for West, but East keeps it in. Number 3 is Jeremiah Schroeder for East. 11 is Ryan Keefe. Now they set things up. And it goes right in the middle to one of the Warriors and moving right to left. Pass up ahead, a nice header block. Stop for East. Another stop for the Lumberjacks. Number 8 for West, Jordan Durr, in on the action. Now East. Header, back to midfield. Dribbling near sideline, number 21, Nick Rausch. Rausch to Wolkowski, who's got the assist on that last goal. Here's a shot grabbed by Smith. I have to say it's on net, but he saw it all the way and picked it up on the first hop. But you can tell there's wind here because those punts that he did in the first half cleared midfield. This one got that far, and that's about it. Ethan Katanich out of play. That goal by Luke Bailey, Bryce Welkowski, the assist, came at 17:30 into the second half. We still have 24 minutes left here. Lots of time. And finally the whistle after the substitutions. Pass in for the Warriors. Far side, leaving given goal. Shot, grabbed by Smith. He's going to have to be doing that a lot, I think, here in the second half because it's like a different game than the first half. And a lot of that has to do with the wind in the favor now of the Warriors. Well, he's doing a nice job, Max Liss, of just maintaining possession for the Lumberjacks. Well, it's booted out of there by the Warriors to midfield. Header. Back to retrieve. Medina. Out of play. Nobody there to substitute, so they keep it moving. West another toss in by their own bench. A much more involved bench right now after they tied this game. Out of play. Again, West toss in. Now there's some substitutions. One for the Warriors and a couple for the red-clad Lumberjacks. Now, if you look at their the website for the athletic website for Wausau East, it's Jack Nation. That's what they refer to, Jack Nation. West possession. Over on the far side. And again, Smith. In about 3 weeks or so, where we are looking at this soccer game, will be an absolutely beautiful, beautiful fall color view. This is set up for the woods over on the east side of the field, and it's just going to be gorgeous. Been there and done that. A couple other games for East over the years. Too early right now. Just starting. It's quite the setting. West will toss in. Game is even, one apiece. East scored early, first half. West came back a few minutes in, second half, countered, tied it at 1. Both of these teams have played at least 2 ties already this year. There's a nice boot. Got a lot. Well, if you keep it down low, the wind isn't going to get it as much as one of those shots that West took in the first half. It came off, didn't come off the toe. It came off the instep, and the wind caught it. And, no chance. Another free kick, up and inside, booted out of there by East. Back to retrieve. Now it'll be a toss in. Now they go back to the original free kick participant. He does the same thing, and it's headed back by East toward midfield. A nice pass up to Jeremiah Schroeder. Schroeder, midfield. Out of play. East will throw in. They don't waste any time. They get it into Zadine Charles. He's got their lone goal, and he's dribbling along the far sideline, trying to leave it to a teammate, but it's intercepted, taken back. Jeremiah Schrader keeps it in for East. Well, stumped ahead, and now we've got Bailey, who's got their lone goal in the middle of the field, goes over to the far side, and East is just going to kick it out of play. West will have it. Well, these players went down, but clean tackle. This has been speaking of clean, this has been really clean. We haven't had a yellow card. We haven't had any kind of, it's just the kids, the athletes seem to be enjoying themselves. They know each other well, obviously, many times best friends. I can relate to that with one of the boys, roomed with a competitor after college. Spent played at West, he played at East. They became roommates and best friends. Went to each other's weddings. It does happen in sports, and not just soccer. You know, if you keep in mind the real purpose and value of high school sports, a lot of times you just keep the parents out of it. But other than that, you know, for the student athletes, most of them, the vast majority, because they have common interests and common experiences, will room or attend college with a competitor. This is Bailey again. Bailey, and across, oh, goes all the way across, and a little bit late. West, another chance. Boy, have they had the opportunities now. That ball was in front of Kent Smith. He followed it as best he could, but the West player got there a little bit late. He couldn't reverse the spin to get it in the net. So it went to the far side of the net, basically out of play. So East avoided that danger. Now West, again on the attack. East clears it out. Over on the far side. Now they try to set it up. Cross. Pitch. Nice pass. Nice job by Helt. East will toss in. Free kick, East. I think that's their first. If I remember right, that's their first free kick. Now it's midfield, you know, but it is a free kick. Now he's not going to be able to reach the net, I don't believe. But now the officials are coming over to reassure everybody that's involved this is their call. The referee is in charge. And his boot is high off to the left side and kicked out of play, so East will have it probably for the first time here in the second half in any kind of offensive threat position as they line up. Charles tossing it in front. Header stops. Somebody missed on a kick. Now this is Jack Lind. Lind to Charles. Charles on the dribble. Charles to the middle. Pass and a kick, and comes off a defenseman. The kick was by Max Liss, but the defenseman kicked it away before it had a chance to go in the net. Now East, that was their best opportunity. Now they stay with it with Jeremiah Schroeder. back out in front. This is the first really offensive display by East in the second half. But a defenseman stopped it before it could get in the box. So it'll be toss in West. Midfield possession. East playing a little possession now. Short passes, a little movement. Now they drop it back. Now they'll send it across pitch, near side. Up ahead to Charles. Charles on the dribble. East keeps it in. Nice with a nice counter kick. And this is Jeremiah Schroeder. Jack Lind over on the near side was waiting for the pass. He didn't. Now he's got it. Lind on the dribble. In the middle. But West flips it far side. It's interesting because all of a sudden the Lumberjacks have figured something out here to maintain some possession. Take some time off the clock, and in a tie game, you know, they don't have the wind at their back, so they've got to. Their defensemen need a little bit of a breather in their goalie, but now, good hustle. That's all hustle on the part of Austin Federici. Austin Federici, the senior for West, he trailed two Lumberjacks, and he outran both of them. Just pure hustle. Now, East will toss in. Jack Lind will toss in. He gets it back. And substitutions coming up. Okay, East will have a spot kick here after the substitutions. We are at the, let's see, we've got 12 minutes left in the second half. 12 minutes left, we're tied at 1, so guess what? On the toss in now, West on the far side with the control of it. All the way back in the corner. Kicked out of play by East, so be another toss in. We've had one corner kick all afternoon. Sometimes you see a half a dozen of those. There's a kick, comes near side, controlled by West. This is Bailey, he's got their lone goal. And East now counters with a kick up ahead. And this is Charles. Zadine Charles leaves it for Ryan Keefe. Over to Jeremiah Schroeder. This line, this group of athletes, soccer players for East, have been on the pitch here for a long time in the second half. The same group, you know, has really played most of the second half. As Bailey has for West, along with a couple of others. Ball picked up by Bobby Niemeyer. Bobby Niemeyer on the dribble. Now he leaves for a teammate. It's picked up by Jordan Durr. He sends it up ahead, and East will let it go out of play. So they'll have a toss in. And substitutions. You know, these substitutions are not just to get guys off the field because they might be tired or a strategic move or whatever, but also those that are still on the field get a little break when this happens, and they can, in many cases, can use it. And you can see them out on the field right now, you know, taking advantage of that, kind of the hands on hip kind of thing. Okay, on the dribble now for East, Alex Zavodowski. Zabadowski up to Metzko. Nehemiah Metzko. Now they're playing possession soccer right now because the game is tied. They'll take advantage of something if it shows up, but now East is moving in on the attack. Right through the middle. The Warriors come. Bailey has it. Far side. Ball picked up. Lumberjacks toss in. Get it into Benless. He gets it back on a return. West now with the toss in. It's going to be Jordan Durr, the senior, with 8 minutes left in regulations, tied at 1. East goal early. West countered about 7 minutes into this second half. West with a wind at their back. And East got their wind back a little bit here in the last 5 minutes or so, being able to counter some of the West offensive action. Here's a kick and a header by one of the Lumberjacks. Didn't catch the number, but did what he wanted to. Sends it back outside the. You take a look at things right now. It's crowded as West has 2 back. East has only 1 on the at midfield, so they're playing very defensively right now. Number 10 is sitting back there hoping to get the ball. Zadine Charles, the midfielder. It'll be Kent Smith, the goalie. Spot kick. And header up near midfield, back in. This is Bailey. East with a counter. Charles. Seating Charles. Now East has it. Spot placement. Beautiful kick up to Lind. And he gets it off the head into the box. So the goalie, that's the first time he's touched the ball in the second half. No Nezik in the goal. He comes up. Lind off the chest block, goes out of play. Toss in by Will Clancy, number 7 for the Warriors. Long pass up head sideline, and it goes out of play. Back to West. Toss in this time by Nick Roush. He gets it into Tim Deloy. This is Roush on the near sideline. Leaves it for Katernach. Katernach in the corner. And it's out of play. So that's a corner kick. Second one in the whole game. And both for West. So the defense sets up for the Lumberjacks. Corner kick. Into the wind a little bit. The wind has shifted a little bit out of the southeast now, but still in favor of West. We have 4.5 minutes left in regulation. And West with an opportunity right now with this corner kick. Well, they made a couple changes. The officials are lined up now. Okay. The referee came over. They're going to add 20 seconds to the clock, as per his instructions. And they've done that. So now it's at 85-16 instead of 85-36. So it's less than 5 minutes left. Here's the kick, and there's the goal. All right. It was almost inevitable that a corner kick, that would be so difficult. If he does, and Katernak, I think we'll get the assist on it. It was just placed perfectly. So we'll get the official report on the goal and the assist soon. But now, for the first time in this game, East is behind, and we have 4.5 minutes left in regulation. After that corner kick goal was perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better corner kick. Couldn't have asked for a better placement for a header, which Smith had no chance in the net for East. We knew this would be a close one because of the record these two teams have had. I mean, they've had pretty much the same results and the same schedule so far this year. And they've lost some close ones. They've survived in some close ones. Well, it'll be West with toss in, goes out of play.
Wausau West goal, 40 minutes, 18 seconds into the second half. Goal by number 15, Luke Bailey, assisted by number 2, Ethan Patnow.
Oh, we thought it was Ethan with the corner pass, and it was. And you know what? Those two guys have handled the soccer ball more than anybody else this afternoon for West. Those two, especially Luke Bailey. I mean, he's been all over the place. Well, West setting things up to threaten again. Oh, they get it around the corner, but East is able to block. Oh, nice job by Bailey. And a shot, and it's taken by a defenseman out of there, out of the box. And here comes East. They have a little over 2.5 minutes left to try and score and tie this. Let's see what the call is here. The referee's conferring with one of the line judges. Okay, it's going to be a spot kick by East. Back in their own half. And he gets a good one off to the corner, which probably was the goal. And the teammate keeps it in play. Oh, the West player falls down. East has it now. And West is able to kick it out of there, out of play. So East will have another toss in. This will be Charles tossing it in. Gets it back on a give and go. But West clears it out. And Smith comes out of the box, sends it right up midfield where it's chest blocked by Bailey. If you had to ask for an MVP in this one, it would be Bailey. I mean, he's really been their threat. here. And he's got both goals for the Warriors. Well, we're down to 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And toss in by West.
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute.
You hear Jerry on the PA, 1 minute left.
Keep the team down. Keep them
West
down.
up 2-1. They will play again in this rivalry at Wausau West later in the season. This is Bailey. He'd like to get a triple, but it's taken away from him. Nice steal by the Warriors. They're just playing cat and mouse now with East. East trying to, they're just laying back, and East will get it so far, and that's as far as it's going to go. That's what the strategy is for West right now. Down to 20 seconds. Oh, open shot off. Right side of the net. That was within about a foot. And counting down.
3.
There's a shot. Smith will make the catch, and the game is over. It's a good one. We've had a good one here at the East Soccer Field. The Lumberjacks, Jadine Charles scored with 1:09 into the first half. They never scored in the other 88 plus minutes. And West came back in the second half. At 17:30 in, Luke Bailey, assisted by Bryce Welkowski, tied it. And then at the 40-18 mark in the second half, Ethan Kolinich with the assist, Luke Bailey with his second goal, and Wausau West outlasts Wausau East here in this rivalry. First time they'll meet in the home and away. Wausau West 2, Wausau East 1. Valley Conference competition. For Dave Dickinson on the camera, I'm George Hirsch with the play-by-play of this soccer competition here. Nice field, good crowd, good game. West the winner, 2-1 over East. Until next time, take care.